It's not a comic book movie or a Star Trek movie. What? Yeah, this is me stepping out of my element, doing something other than Marvel, DC, Star Trek, whatever. I decided to do movies from this year. Apparently, this came out. I got an early release last year or something, so I didn't even know that. But I just saw it, and it's kind of, It's not great. It's not terrible. It's just kind of meh. I didn't really care much for it by the end of it. So let's talk about the Devil's Anus. Devil's Gate. Devil's Gate. So other than some bad ADR lip sync,
Fucking Christ on a stick.
the opening scene is fine. I mean, it's a little slow, but it does set the tone for the rest of the movie. Sort of.
Hey Colt, what's crack-a-lackin'?
I have rarely used the word cringe in my life unless it was necessary. This is a necessary time. The cringe is real. Was that an attempt at witty dialogue? Because my God, man, that was kind of poorly delivered and poorly written. Just like, I mean, it's not like, you know, no one has ever said it before, but she even delivered it as if she never said it in her life. She doesn't even know what that fucking means. So then we get to Commander Jonathan Frakes, and I gotta be honest, he's in this movie for all of like 6 or 7 minutes in this movie, and it's an hour and a half long movie, so he's not really in it at all. But he's pretty good in this. He's kind of a dick, but you know, I just can't help but see him as Riker, so I can't help but like him immediately. But he does play a pretty good asshole in this. You know, for someone who's been on screen for no more than 7 minutes. Just saying. Then there's Sean Ashmore. Sean Ashmore is okay. He's a bit bland in some scenes. In fact, he's actually really bad in a lot of other scenes. He just kind of overdoes it, but he's not the worst thing in this movie. And then there's Milo Ventimiglia. I can't fucking... He's odd, okay? He's an odd one. I don't know if he's decent or terrible. I mean, sometimes he's good, and then sometimes he's just fucking flat out bad. Maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm not... I'm just looking, I'm like, okay, he's alright in this scene, but then I see other scenes, he's like, wow, you suck. And then I'm like, it's like I can't tell. I gotta look into that a little bit more. I thought the flashback scene during the agent's story was a little unnecessary. Like, you could have her tell the story without a jarring flashback. That's just me, though. I prefer less is more. Especially when we don't even see the character that she's talking about ever again, other than this scene. And what the fuck is with the color grading in this movie? Like, turn the contrast down a bit, man. Look at his jacket. It's like fucking... It's like red. It looks like some shit out of Sin City. Like, and there's a few shots like this in the movie. I don't know what the hell this is. If this is intentional or if it's just not. It looks really odd. And Amanda Schull, I gotta admit, she's kind of bad in this movie. First of all, she looks like a discount Naomi Watts. That's what I thought it was when I first saw the movie. And then I like looked into IMDb like casting, and I was like, oh, that's not who that is. Who is this? And it kind of shows it's not Naomi Watts because she's really bad in this movie.
Don't make me shoot, Mr. Pritchard.
Please don't do this, Mr. Pritchard. It's like a combination of fucking Hayden Christensen and Tommy Wiseau, just completely flat and boring. Actually, that's an insult to Tommy Wiseau because everyone knows he's a fucking god.
I'm fed up with this world.
There is a sense of mystery before all is revealed. Like, at first it makes it seem like the movie is about this crazy fucking religious Southern guy just killing people and shit, and with his fucking yard or whatever. And then it turns into this religious thing, and then it becomes a fucking alien invasion movie, which is a bit jarring, but it's fine, I guess. It's a nice twist, at least. And then there is this weird time pass, like, it's broad daylight when Milo Ventimiglia, like, tells his story. And then, like, it cuts to the end after the story's over, and it's like, oh, it's pitch black outside. The fuck was that about? How long was he telling that story? Was he sitting there for like a hour and a half, and they were just like, let's let him talk. Anybody want tea, coffee, something? This asshole's gonna go on forever. I will say there is some pretty interesting and very eerie parts of the Pritchard house, mainly the basement and the garage, really. There's like so much. There's like so much just told. There's like a story there. There's a whole movie in that fucking basement and in that fucking garage. Like, what the hell happened over there? I love how Agent Francis, I had to look that up by the way, just conveniently finds a picture on the wall that adds to the plot of the movie. Like, they're arguing about the aliens. And, oh, look, here, look at this. This conveniently placed picture that's relevant. And see that? See, it's proof I'm right. That picture I just randomly found. I looked behind you, and I happened to see this little obscure bullshit to the left of the picture. I will say the twist is pretty surprising, but it has been done by better movies. You know, the whole, you know, swapping bodies, whatever, that shit, that's been done better. A lot better, actually. And I like how, you know, Colt's leg wound, again, look that name up again. You know, his leg wound just seems to have healed. He got shot in the fucking leg with an arrow, and now he's just walking around perfectly normal, like nothing ever happened. Like that entire incident didn't happen, like, 20 minutes ago. The alien design is okay, I guess. It just reminds me of the fucking necromorphs from Alien Covenant, and that's not a good thing, like, at all. And the powers are kind of vague, like they have ice powers, telepathy, telekinesis, teleportation. What the fuck can you not do? And why the hell would Colt try to attack the alien physically? Ugh. Good job, Iceman. Maybe you can walk that off like you walked off your leg wound, apparently. And I was kind of confused by the end, like, wait, is Jackson, again, look the name up, is he an alien or is he not an alien? It doesn't seem like he's an alien. That boy definitely is an alien, but he doesn't seem like an alien. It's like, it's kind of confusing, that's all I'm saying. And I don't know if they were trying to make some sort of message or something, but whatever it was kind of lost on me. Maybe somebody can, you know, sit through this movie and figure it out for me, I guess. The ending was pretty interesting, kind of setting up a sequel, but we know there won't be one because apparently no one liked this movie. And I'm pretty much the only person who didn't hate it but didn't love it either. So I'm like the only person on the fence about this. Overall, this movie wasn't terrible. It was just poorly executed. The acting is pretty bad with the exception of Frakes and maybe Ventimiglia. Amanda Schull ranges from mad to terrible, and everyone else is just boring. The dialogue was shit for the most part, and the creature designs weren't that impressive, but other than that, the premise is interesting. Going from a crime thriller about a psycho country religious man to a fucking alien invasion story. I mean, there's a lot of subversion of expectations in this movie. Not a whole lot, but just enough. Because the title Devil's Gate suggests there's a supernatural element to it, like with demons and hellfire, like a horror movie or whatnot, but it's not really a horror movie. It's more of a sci-fi film. Like, horror would suggest there's scary things in it, and it's not really scary. It's just a really weird sci-fi movie. And the movie does get boring, and the payoff is pretty weak, but I've seen worse. Basically, if you want to see it for free, and if you want to give up halfway through, I totally understand, dude.
The Earth. It's gone.
It's big, blue, full of angry people. Keep looking, you'll find it.